Hello viewers, my name is Salvo Geraci and I have a 2020 Defender here beside me. In this video we're going to take a drive, go over some of the exterior features and some of the interior features as well. Since the Defender's original debut in 1948, it has set many milestones across many continents. When it was re-released to the public at the 2019 Frankfurt Auto Show, it regained international spotlight. Now it is going to be available in 128 countries, including America, which it hasn't been since 1997. And Gary McGovern, the lead design of Land Rover, said, while it is respectful of its past, it is no means harnessed by it. And as we see on the hood, there is some diamond plate or checkered plate material. Previous Defenders would have had a metal plate there, but this is just reminiscent of the past. This particular Defender is finished in one of 5 launch colors known as Gondwana Stone. It also has 20-inch aluminum alloy optional wheels. Wheel sizes range from 18 inches to 22 inches, and there is a steel wheel option available. This is a Defender 110, which is notably a 4-door. The Defender 90 model will come out later in the 2021 model year. For now, we see this square here on the Defender 110, which is aesthetic and functional as well. When the ladder attachment is mounted, this is its sitting point, as well as behind the square there is a C-channel that has some storage space in it. At the rear of the vehicle, we've got some awesomely designed retro taillights, but yet very modern. You'll also see the large rear-mounted spare tire. There's a cover available if you'd like to cover it up. And then if we pop open the tailgate, we'll notice it swings to the right curbside. And then we have rubber floor mats, rubber seat backs to maintain usability and ergonomics. Load up your stuff and you're ready for an adventure. From the driver's seat of the Defender, you're going to notice a couple things. First off, you are seated extremely high. You are looking clean over the view, and that is known as the command seating position, something Land Rovers have done for quite some time. You'll also notice at the doors we have exposed metal with the paint, the same as the exterior on the inside, kind of giving you that really rugged all-terrain look, fixtured with these bolted-on plates here. Everything's very utilitarian. On the dash we have very cool exposed crossbeam. This is a structural part of every car that in most cases is far behind the dashboard, but in Land Rover's case they kept it exposed and left it as a big piece of the front of the car here. As we move across onto the dash, we've got a full digital display, customizable, and you can vary the information that you see on there, so it's quite useful. Steering wheel features most of the infotainment control buttons you come to expect: volume, adjust knob, answering phone call, cruise control, and driver safety buttons from there. Moving along, we come to the Pivi Pro infotainment, which is a brand new system for the Defender. We have a lot of the common core functions of an infotainment system: navigation, phone, music. But there's also a lot of other stuff where we have surround cameras that are just some of the most advanced I've seen in any car thus far. It gives you a 3D image of the vehicle in live time as you're moving, which is particularly useful for off-road situations while you're navigating really obtuse rocks, other various terrain maneuvering instances. Below the Pivi Pro, it handles a bit of climate control in there. We've got some climate control functions, but mainly we have analog buttons to adjust that stuff. Dual zone climate is standard, meaning 2 temperatures for either passenger in the front with adjustable fan speed. We also have some of the terrain response settings there. Land Rover has had terrain response settings for quite some time. This is now known as the Terrain Response 2. Really just allows the car to take advantage of whatever is being thrown at it: snow, grass, gravel, sand. There's a mode for it all. Standard on the Defender 110 is air suspension. Many of the other Range Rovers have that, and this is great for giving you extra lift when you need it. You can actually raise the ride height of the vehicle to clear larger obstacles and stuff like that. The other benefit of air suspension is it tends to ride smoother than a conventional coil spring. Coil spring is available on the Defender 90, which we'll see later in the 2021 model year. The gear select is kind of unique in this car. Pulls down, it's kind of right in the center. You get used to it very quick, basically. And as we move down, there's just tons and tons of space to hang on to if you're really using the car for what it's designed to do. You can grip onto just about anything. Another cool feature that they've recently introduced for Land Rovers is the Clear Sight monitor, which is a switch that triggers the rear view mirror to become a live view of the rear using a camera mounted on the antenna at the back of the car, separate from the backup camera. So in the event you have some large cargo blocking your back glass, you can just flip that switch and see directly out the back. Ample storage space in the Defender, large glove box. The box itself in the middle here can have a refrigerator, or it's just going to be a big cabin for storage. In the rear of the car, car. We've got charger plugs, more USB plugs. There's even a true DC house outlet plug available as an option, as well as USBs up front so everybody can stay plugged in. There is a wireless charging pad now as well. So moving up from the driver compartment of the vehicle on the roof of the car, there's a couple options for that. You can have just a standard fixed steel roof with no glass openings, or you can upgrade to the panoramic roof, which has a sliding glass roof, lets in tons of light, increases the feel of open space in the car. It's a very quiet sunroof. The sunroof is just amazingly quiet. You can be on the highway going, 65, and it's not blowing your hair around. It's not popping your eardrums like some sunroofs do. They do a great job with the aerodynamics. It has a drag coefficient of 0.38, which is a great improvement over the original Defender. So in addition to the panoramic roof, a styling feature that the Land Rover carried over from the original Defender is something known as Alpine Lights. And these are actually little glass fixtures in the roof that let in the light. And it's very cool to see them again here on the Land Rover in the modern day. So riding in a Defender is quite an experience. It's really just a rugged, rigid vehicle. It's got the stiffest chassis Land Rover's made to date. It's 3 times stronger than their previous body-on-frame Defender. This is a monocoque chassis, which means it is all one piece, basically, down from the top of the roof to the floor pans is a big solid shell with everything kind of mounted to it. And they noted this as the D7X chassis, X standing for extreme. It does have some similar underpinnings to the Range Rover, the Discovery, and the Velar, but it was a clean slate design. It doesn't really rely on any of those principles. Maybe just they looked at them for reference. So driving it's a treat, really. My experience driving it in off-road situations was the training for Land Rover in Borrego Springs, California, where 9 waves of JLR employees came through and really just gave the car no break. It was a constant everyday driving through the dunes of the desert, rock crawling, and it never missed a beat. The most drastic experience of that was after a day of traversing some of the worst terrain. When you turn out onto the pavement, it feels like you're in a Range Rover V8 full-size. Just perfect, smooth, composed, very, very compliant on the road, but easy to poise where you need it off-road. It was quite an experience there. Wheel choice will make a difference on your ride, just a little bit. Either way, it's very soft. It's a very great ride. There's a host of computers that maintain all the driving composure as well. So on this particular Defender, we have the larger engine, the inline 6 with a turbo. The other gas engine option is a 2.0 4-cylinder turbo, and there will be some diesels in select markets, a 2.0 diesel. This 400 horsepower engine is no slouch. It's quick enough to get you out of trouble. So in closing, the 2020 Defender is quite a beast. Very reminiscent of the past, but also has all the features, functions of a modern-day Land Rover. My name is Salvo Geraci. You can get a hold of me at 847-283-6108. And thanks for watching the video. Happy driving.